We live in a time when the Clinton body count is just a foregone conclusion, as court released details about the 2022 suicide of Bill Clinton aide Mark Middleton, who signed in Jeffrey Epstein 7 out of 17 times when Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell visited the White House. Middleton also wrote on the Lolita Express as a Clinton liaison. Those public details reveal he managed to tie himself to a tree with an electrical cord and shoot himself with a gun that didn't exist at the scene. It's obvious. There are zero repercussions for those in power, and the feeding frenzy by globalist parasites in league with the Clintons upon the American public is well underway.
That's the problem.
Here's the problem.
And
Bill Clinton is a rapist. Infowars.com.
That is why it is disturbing to the human fight or flight instinct when recent plane crashes carrying EPA scientists.
All 5 people on board worked for an environmental consulting firm.
The plane took off from the Clinton National Airport around noon.
A fire at the Y-12 National Security Complex in Oak Ridge, Tennessee, which is one of the nation's enriched uranium processing facilities.
We process materials in support of nuclear Navy mission.
Train derailments and fires at manufacturing and food processing plants in Fayetteville, West Virginia, Gothenburg, Nebraska, Medley, Florida, and Bedford, Ohio raise alarms, causing the innocent populace, dubbed by the powerful as conspiracy theorists and deplorables, to do a double take.
Mayor Pete, why did it take you an entire 2.5 weeks to actually get here to respond to East Palestine? Will you apologize to the residents of this city?
I'm happy to have this conversation.
All right, y'all, so we are with the press secretary for Pete Buttigieg, and right now we are being told that we are not supposed to be filming. Again, we are here on behalf of the American public.
There's no controlling of the amount of air that gets in there. That's why you saw all that soot. So it's not a controlled burn, because a controlled burn would have to be like in a furnace or in your car or some system where you control the fuel, in other words, the vinyl chloride and the amount of oxygen. So they didn't do that. So it's an uncontrolled burn.
Who is responsible for these fires? Is it Soros Antifa, neo-Nazis, Mexican cartels, illegal aliens, Russians, or the Chinese, or a combination of all of them? One thing is for sure, they are increasing. And like the Clinton body count, it's getting sloppier. In Frankfort, Pennsylvania, multiple law enforcement responded after an 18-inch pipe bomb capped at both ends was removed for further investigation from the train tracks. And while the elites pushed for a digital ID prison planet system that they wanted implemented yesterday,
people already live their lives digitally. The question is whether government and politics can catch up with that reality.
In China, the government is already able to program what its citizens can and cannot spend their money on. And it seems like the West is paying attention. In nations like Sweden, South Africa, and Canada, trials of programmable central bank currencies are already underway.
Pay insufficient attention to the frightening scenario of a comprehensive cyber attack, which would bring to a complete halt to the power supply, transportation, hospital services, our society as a whole.
Crime scene, that is East Palestine, Pennsylvania, reveals more sloppy malice aforethought.
My ID works by taking a camera phone and pointing it at a QR code. It provides valuable medical information such as allergies, breathing difficulties, or other conditions, so you get proper treatment and care.
My goal is to have 100% of our residents and the citizens we serve in the township to have one of these and be working with them to make sure that we can treat them better and provide the best service that we can.
There's a 3-year plan to get My ID going across the village and make it available to all 4,700 residents.
Were the Trump supporters that make up most of the population of East Palestine merely a targeted Agenda 2030 digital ID experiment? And was the density of organic farms, the Amish population, and food processing plants in and around East Palestine just another target as Bill Gates and foreign interests buy up U.S. farmland?
The food supply is obviously crucial. Whoever controls the food and the energy and the money. And now at this point, if you're not prepping, you're somewhat foolish, actually. I hate to use that term, but let's just be realistic. Famines can happen suddenly or they can happen slowly.
It's sloppy, and it's right in front of all of us. John Bound reporting.